Good morning, class. I hope you're excited for today's lesson. We will be beginning a new unit, which is going to be probability. Hey, yo, miss, what's probability? Very good question. Probability is the likelihood that an event or something is to occur. So take, for example, dice. I have a die in front of me and it has 6 sides. So if I wanted to know the probability or the odds that I would roll a 3, right? One of the sides is 3, but I have a total of 6 sides that I could possibly roll, which means my probability or the odds I roll a 3 is 1 in 6. Now, if I wanted to know the probability of rolling, let's say, an even number. So on my die, the even numbers I have are 2, 4, and 6. So if I want to know the probability of rolling them, I have 3 even numbers, but a total of 6 options when I roll. So that would be 3 out of 6 or 1/2. Now, if you've ever played a board game, I'm sure you've used a spinner before. So a spinner it's a circular, kind of cut in pieces like a pie chart. And for this one here, we have 10 different sections. So if I wanted to know the probability of rolling or spinning to hit a blue, this blue right here, it would be 1 out of the 10 total options of my spinner. So as a fraction, we would write that as 1/10. But if I wanted to know the likelihood of me spinning either of these 2 greens, it would be 2 out of 10, which is 1/5, right? So as you notice, with probability this week, we're going to be dealing a lot with fractions and turning fractions into percents. So lastly, you might see a problem that has to deal with putting items into bags. So you can't see them, but in front of me, I have little tiles, and I have 10 of them. So let's say I wanted to put 3 in that were orange, 3 in that were yellow, 2 in that were pink, and 2 in that were blue, right? So if you notice, I put a total of 10 into my little baggie, and I wanted to pick something at random. Now, before I pick, I could calculate the probability of me pulling a color. So if I wanted to pull an orange, remember I put 3 orange in here, so that would be 3 out of 10, or 3/10. If I wanted to pull, let's say, the pink one, right, I put 2 of those in there, so that would be 2 out of the total of 10 tiles, which is 1/5, right? So what we're going to learn about is theoretical, right, the odds that I pull, and then experimental probability, which we'll learn a little bit more next week, which means if I were to actually pull, what tile would I get? All right, so today we're just going to be exploring and really getting used to what probability looks like, writing fractions, looking at percents, and discussing what the odds of getting a certain outcome are. All right, so now that you've watched our little video, go ahead and continue on with our lesson for today. Have a great day. All right, let's go ahead and continue our second part of the lesson. So we're going to be covering 7.6b, which says select and use different simulations to represent simple and compound events with and without technology. So we're just going to continue some of the stuff that I went over in our video so that you're prepared for your practice problems today. All right. One thing to help you with probability is understanding that there's a likelihood or a scale to which things can happen. We have things that are impossible, right, which is rolling an 8 on a 6-sided die, right? That's not possible. You're never going to get it, right? To things that are somewhat likely, but not the best odds if you wanted to pick them, right? 1 in 6, you might hit, but you also might not. Then we also have our 50-50, right, which you can think of as flipping a coin. Could hit heads, could hit tails, a 50-50 chance. Next, you have opportunities or situations that are more likely to happen, right? So in this case, we have a 4 in 5 chance, which would be about 80%. So an 80% chance, those are pretty good odds. And then we have things that are absolutely certain, which you can think of as there's a 100% chance that it will occur, just like there's a 100% chance that when you wake up, the sun will be shining in the sky and the sun will rise, right? We're 100% certain that every day the sun will rise. All right, so let's go ahead and check out some more examples. All right, so if we had a spinner, right, and we wanted to know our likelihood of spinning a yellow, first we need to know the total outcomes, right? What are all of the ways that this spinner could land, right? So our total outcomes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 options, so that, my friend, would be our total, right? That's the maximum number of outcomes that we could get with this situation. Then we're going to put on top the desired outcome, right? And we're going to talk more about this next week, so don't be afraid. We're going to spend a good amount of time on probability, right? So we have our desired outcome, or another way, right? What we want, right? What we're looking for. And so in this scenario, I said we wanted to spin a yellow. So we have 1, 2, 3 yellows. So our 3 is going to go on top. And we can reduce this fraction. Both top and bottom are divisible by 3. So we're going to get 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we're going to have 1 in 2 chances, or a 50% chance of landing on yellow, right? And we can do this for any of our outcomes depending on what the question is asking for. So let's go ahead and look at our last example of something that you might see during your practice problems today. So this one says, Stephanie spun the spinner. Which event could she be simulating? So right here we notice that we have a spinner that has 3 equal options, right? So now we need to find which situation could be represented by that. So as we read F, it says, we're randomly choosing between a banana, strawberry, or raspberry smoothie. Well, that's good. Banana, strawberry, raspberry, so we have 3 options. But let's keep looking. Make sure that we find the best answer. G says randomly deciding whether to turn right or left at an intersection. So if you're driving down an intersection, you can either turn right or you can turn left, which only gives us 2 options. So having 3 spaces on a spinner does not do us very good. A good situation for this could have been flipping a coin, or something that only has a 50-50 chance. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cross out G. It doesn't really match our situation that well. H says randomly choosing from one of 5 classes to schedule an elective. So for our electives, if we have 5 different electives, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's going to be pretty hard to use our spinner from above to try to make a decision, because we're either going to leave 2 options out, or we're going to have to group some things together, which is not going to help us with having to pick a single elective, right? An elective, we only need 1. So H doesn't work either. So let's go ahead and cross that one out as well. J says randomly selecting from one of 8 DVDs to watch Saturday night. So if we have 8 DVDs, we have 8 movies to pick from, right? I'm sure y'all don't watch that many DVDs anymore. Y'all got Netflix. But if we have 8 choices, right, again, our spinner is not going to help us. Because with a spinner like this, we really want 3 items to choose from, because we're trying to find the probability of getting one of them. So I'm also going to cross off J, because it's not going to serve us very well. So we're going to come back up, and I think F is going to be our best option. Right? So these are going to be some of the situations that you're going to see today in your practice problems. Remember, if you're ever stuck, there's little videos on Freckle to help you. All right? So you can go ahead and exit out of our video. Go ahead and complete your Freckle practice that's included in the Google Doc. Remember, you can redo your Freckle assignments to improve your score. If you don't know how to do that, I have a Freckle how-to video that I've also linked to our document. So go ahead and watch that, and I'll show you how to navigate this website. And then lastly, don't forget, if you have any questions or want to talk about probability or any of our assignments so far since being online, pop into a Zoom. Remember, I have them at 10:30 and 2 p.m. All right. And the links are also on our Google Doc. So go ahead and have a great day and have some fun with probability. I think y'all are really going to like it. We're going to do some experiments next week and have some fun. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.